We're talking Anderson Silva versus Jared Cannonier. The co-main event of UFC Fight Night Rio de Janeiro. Let's be real, this isn't a pay-per-view, but it's a pay-per-view. UFC 237. The co-main event of this immense pay-per-view. And guess who's co-main eventing? Jared Cannonier versus Anderson Silva. We're talking one win streak for Jared Cannonier. Crazy! He's on a 1 win streak in the middleweight division. Fucking madness. Okay, he loses half of his fights in the UFC when he faces top tier competition. He lost to Jan Blachowicz. We're talking he lost to Dominic Reyes. We're talking he beat 50-year-old David Branch to get this fight. Craziness. This top contender taking on the co-main event. And then we look at Anderson Silva. And this fight sells itself, ladies and gentlemen. We're talking not a win since 2012. We're getting serious in this hoe. We're talking losing to Chris Weidman twice in 2013. We're talking take 2 years off and come back and test positive for drugs against Nick Diaz. Yeah! Then we're talking come back again in 2016 and lose to Daniel Cormier and Michael Bisping. What? Then we're talking 2017 where, let's be real, you lost to Derek Brunson. Stop lying to yourself. Then we're talking the end of 2017 where you tested positive for roids again. Yeah! It's normal. Then you come back in 2019 where you lose again. The GOAT, ladies and gentlemen. He only loses. Let's go. He's the GOAT, remember? He hasn't won since 2011. 2012. Against guess who? Stephan Bonnar. Yeah. Stephan Bonnar. He's relevant, right? Yeah, Stephan Bonnar. Anyone remember who that was? Yeah, that was his last win. This is a great fight. It's the co-main event of a pay-per-view. This is a co-main event of a pay-per-view, ladies and gentlemen. We got Anderson. Lost so many fucking fights in a row, Silva. I mean, we're talking absolute madness. We're talking one... Oh, get out of my fucking face. I don't care if I'm using ad blocker, Sherdog. I don't pay for shit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. He's won 1 out of 7 fights, ladies and gentlemen. We're going crazy right now. 1 out of 7 fights. This is madness. Oh. And even then, he won against Derek Brunson in Brazil, and that was just... What do you do for... does that earn anything? He lost that fight. Blatantly lost to Derek Brunson, but, you know... I guess they gave him the win, and it's Derek Brunson. We all saw how good he was against Elias Theodorou, didn't we? Co-main event of a pay-per-view. He's shit, guys. Anderson Silva is shit. I don't care. Brazilian fans are going to be clicking on this video being like, oh, like... How dare you disgrace the potential of my champion, Anderson? He's the GOAT. He's the GOAT. I love him. He lives in America, but we love him in Brazil. Ooh, vamos here. Ooh, vamos here. You know what I'm saying? Like, no one gives a fuck. Anderson Silva's shit. He's lost 7 out of his last 7, in my opinion. He's tested positive for drugs 3 times in that distance. And Jared Cannonier's going to win. And people got me confused on the UFC schedule. Because I say that Jared Cannonier's going to ragdoll Anderson Silva. I wasn't saying that because of what I saw in the David Branch fight. Okay? Because what I saw in the David Branch fight was him being a bit more composed, anti-wrestling. And then knocking down David Branch and getting the finish on the ground. I just feel like that's the game plan he's going to employ here. You know what I'm saying? Because if you give Anderson Silva any chance on the feet, that's when he gets his chance. You know what I'm saying? You can't stand with him because that's his only chance. Take him to the ground, and I think that's exactly what Jared Cannonier is going to do. He's going to come forward, he's going to be the bully, and he's going to try and get Anderson to stand against the cage and move his hands around like this while doing nothing and getting outstruck. Because he's trash and not on roids anymore. And I think he's just going to take Anderson Silva down, pound him out round after round. That's his game plan, in my opinion. He's a big, strong guy. He's fought at light heavyweight before. So I think he's going to be the bigger guy, the stronger guy, the more muscle-bound guy, because he's not 50 years old. He's relatively young, and he's not even that young. He's 35, so... But that's young compared to Anderson Silva. So, I'm going with Jared Cannonier. I mean, he's going to take him down. That's going to be his game plan. Out-wrestle Anderson. Anderson's a black belt in jiu-jitsu, but we've seen time and time again, you know, he's got a good takedown defense, but no one really tries to shoot on Anderson, which annoys me. It really does annoy me sometimes, and I think Jared Cannonier is going to just come forward, get the body lock, and just try and ragdoll Anderson Silva the best he can. I think he's going to be able to do it. Think he's going to be able to do it, boys. Jared Cannonier by... Oh, I don't want to go as far as say TKO. Because Anderson Silva don't really get TKO'd. He's got a great chin. You know what? I'll go Jared Cannonier by finish. TKO. I'll go TKO, boys. That's what I'm feeling right now. Jared Cannonier, TKO in the second round. That's my bet right now. Anderson Silva... Let's do you versus Chael Sonnen 3 in Bellator. Or you versus Lyoto Machida, whoever wins that fight. Like, I just don't care anymore. I want the best fighters in the UFC. I don't care if you've done something 7 years ago that we should care about. Otherwise, Stephan Bonner would still be around. Otherwise, Forrest Griffin would still be around. Otherwise, Chuck Liddell would still be in the UFC as well. You've lost 7 in a row, in my opinion. Time to go to Bellator and fight the winner of Lyoto Machida versus Chael Sonnen. Are you telling me you wouldn't want to see that, guys? I'm not hating on Anderson here. I like Anderson. Nice guy. Legend of the sport, okay? I'm not saying that. The UFC is the place of the best fighters in the fucking world. And I don't care how big your name is. If you lose 7 in a fucking row, out. If you lose 3 in a row, out. I don't want you here, okay? 4, get the fuck out to Bellator. I don't care, guys. I really don't give a fuck. And if you're testing positive for things every fucking 3 weeks, get out. Do whatever drugs you want over at Bellator with their unstrict testing. And go fight the winner of Chael Sonnen versus Lyoto Machida. That would sell out. In Brazil. I'm losing my voice. In Brazil. Imagine. Bellator Rio. You know what I'm saying? Or Bellator anywhere else in Brazil. I don't know any other places in Brazil, if I'm honest with you guys. Bellator Rio Bellator Sao Paulo. There you go. There's another name of a city. Go there. Just go there. Lyoto Machida versus Anderson Silva in Brazil for Bellator. That would sell out. Chael Sonnen versus Anderson Silva in Bellator, Brazil. That would sell out, guys. I don't want to see him here. The UFC is the place for the best fighters in the world. I'm not hating, but we're keeping guys around for their namesake for far too long. BJ Penn should fuck off as well. Like and subscribe. Thanks for watching. See you later.